What is up, YouTubers? Jersey Joe here, and today I have new Messiah deck profile. This is more what I'm calling the Neo Josiah deck profile, because this is basically everything post Rondeau of the Salvation, of Chaos and Salvation. Yeah, Messiah just recently got support, all Star Vaders got support of Messiahs being the main, obviously like the leaders and Star Vader, but you guys know I mean Messiahs. So here we are. Here's an update deck profile. I want to show you guys because there's I've seen a lot of deck profiles out there, a lot of play testing, and it's just slightly embarrassing, to say the least. You know, I was watching like YouTubers like that Van Gogh guy, Destiny of Cards, and Card Fighters. It's just, yeah, just. I figured it was time for me to deck profile. Plus, I want to make it now. I know I waited a long time to build this. Not even necessarily build, but to make this, just because I was actually trying to SP out the deck. I had, you know, the ratio I've always wanted, but I really was out there just trying to make the deck as shiny and pretty as possible. But I said, you know what, I need to stop. I need to make this video now because the Stargate Extra Booster is coming out in February. I need to put this deck out now, just so you guys get a taste of what Messiahs is, and then what to look forward to when the Stargate Extra Booster comes out. Because we've already got some. We already got some sneak peeks into the new Messiah support from that set, and it's really good, and I've already can see what I can do with this deck to make it work with the new support. So without further ado, let's get on with this, shall we? So obviously, starter. It's going to be Neon Messiah. I see everybody running the new Orion starter. Neon Messiah is just better, especially now that a deal is coming out. And a deal has a rearguard ability. If you guys don't remember, his skill is when he is unlocked, throw him into soul, search for a grade 3 Messiah and add to your hand. It's really great. I mean, Orion does basically the same thing, except you blind draw and you get a unit 5,000, which the 5,000 doesn't really matter. The blind draw is very finicky because I rather search my deck for a grade 3 for striding or now for a rearguard, and it's just better to thin out the deck than using Orion into Soul, giving him plus 5,000 and drawing a trigger, which could suck because when you're unlocking him, necessarily you're unlocking him during your battle phase and you just wasted a trigger. So that's why I don't like the new starter. Moving on to triggers, we have 4 Blue Eyes White Messiah. Ooh. Kidding, obviously, not Blue Eyes, but yeah. I'm running 4. It's kind of standard when your grade 3 Messiah swing, or when your Vanguard Messiah swings. Yeah, grade 3 or greater, I'm sorry. So showing a soul, give it plus 5,000, draw a card. Kind of key in Messiah since you want to build a soul up. Then you got 4 Paradigm Shift Dragons. Paradigm Shift Dragon, pretty much a standard in any Link Joker deck, because of the fact of his skill is that you can literally just shuffle back in the deck for free. You don't need a Star Vader Vanguard to activate the skill because there's no cost. There's no you may pay the cost, none of that. The only thing that the skill requires for a Star Vader is to lock a unit. Basically, all you gotta do is activate skill, put on top of deck, resolve Star Vader effect, cannot, then continue to shuffle. That's literally all you do with this card. And it's good for late game, especially with our Harmonics Messiah, and you'll see that later. And then just finish the crits, just 2 extra crits, because I like to run this at 10 crits, just because I rather go for a game, and this deck already draws a lot, and I do not want to deck out. So that's why I'm only running 2 draws. And it's, you know, it's string theory. String theory is good. The plus 3 makes a difference. Some of the 18 columns, basically that you got a Arrestor and Lady Fencer who swing for 18 by themselves, easily make them 21 with her. It also helps with the soul. Plus the slight extra draw, if you can get this early game, is really nice. Alright, and finally finishing up the triggers, 4 heals. We have here Carnina. Carnina is Fire's Collection heal trigger. When she is discarded for the specific G guard for her, you can Soul Blast 1 and countercharge 1 if you have 1 or less face up. So I never really use a skill. The number, yeah, face up in your damage zone is 1 or less. You can still +1 and counter charge. I normally don't use it because the deck is already good at counter charging, but it's a good effect. But mainly she may be taken out for the. I'm hoping that we get the new persona, not persona, but the new heal triggers that if you can bind 2 from drop to counter charge soul charge, it's really good. Okay, and we have here 4 perfect guards. I like this ratio a lot now. We got the 3 basic counter charger ones, and then we run the new Stay Cosmo because her skill is active. It's an act in the drop zone. Bind her from drop, lock 2 units, and draw a card. I like this for if I'm fighting against control decks like Kagura and Narukami. A lot of times they're going to keep retiring or binding my rear guards, my essential rear guards. So there's going to be times where I'm not going to have like my sacrifices or my arresters on the field to lock. And sometimes I need to get cards locked so I can go into harmonics. She's good for that. I can just call in 2 triggers, 2 normal units or whatever that I know that I can't lock. And then lock them, get a draw off, and get harmonics active. But I see a lot of people running R4. It's just not good. I think this is the best ratio to run for a Messiah player. Alright, now moving on to grade 1s. Well, we already are in grade 1s. 4 Sacrifice Messiahs. The super key card in this deck. Basically, when a card is locked to do bad effect, you can lock this unit, counter charge, and give you a +3. Super standard. Great for defense. Great for offense. Basically helps the deck keep its counter charge consistent, and also just gets your field back from multi-attack. So you use this to boost Lady Fencer, Arrestor Messiah. You're getting, or even Black Dwarf, you're getting skills all for free, and you're getting your field locked, which is great for unlocking. Gives you more pressure, more aggro hits. That's basically what Messiah is. Basically, Messiah's is the multi-attack aggro deck, and that's what I love about it. Then we run 3 Dunamis Messiah, Dunamis, how you want to say it. Originally, I was iffy about this card, but then I realized how good it is with Lady Fencer. This card just gives you multi-attacks. And basically, already since Lady Fencer, you see later, she soul charges for a skill, basically feeds him. It just makes it, plus the fact that he locks at the end of battle, gives you unlocks it +4. Already that unit, it can hit Vanguard by itself if it needs to be. Can be stronger if it's Lady Fencer. Just a really great card. I run at 4 because you only need 1 in the field, but I run at 4 just so I can see it. I'd rather have it in hand, ready to go, so when I need to play him, he's playable. I don't want to run him like 2 and never see him or something like that. I just rather have him at 4 so I have the room. I want to see him. But with the new Messiah coming out, I might put him down to 3 so that I'm not running 15 grade 1s. 3 is a good number, and that way I can run an extra grade 3 and run back to 8 grade 3s, as you'll see later. And to complete the grade 1s, we have 3 Destiny Dealer, our Stride Fodder. I'm only running this at 3 because, again, the deck draws so much already, and we are already running Neon Messiah as our starter, so you're already getting a grade 3 in hand. You're sitting on the deck, you're set for next turn to Stride. So it's a really good card. So at that point, I never had an issue with paying the cost for Stride, so that's why I put this card down at 3. Alright, and now our grade 2, starting off with the awesome that is Arrestor Messiah. Arrestor Messiah is, when he is placed, he gets +2 and gains a skill. At the end of the battle, that this unit attack the Vanguard, lock this unit, choose any unit in the back row, either your field or your opponent's field, and lock it. Really great card, helps push for harmonics, just great. I wish this skill wasn't once per turn, or once per card. Which really sucks, but he is free, and it helps you out a lot. Really great card. Alright, and my waifu for Lady Fencer. Lady Fencer is amazing. I wish she came in the SP. I wish she was SP because, oh, that art. Lady Fencer, when she is placed or unlocked, she gets +2. So already 11k attacker. And as long as you have a Messiah, Vanguard. See? So you can use like turn 2, call like Arrestor or Arrestor Messiah, or the new Mega Messiah that's going to come out. And you can play her turn 2 as an 11k, which is excellent. But her skill is when she attacks, you can counterblast 1, soul charge 1. She gets +5 until the end of battle, and then the end of battle, lock her, which again helps with her boosted by Dunamis. Just makes her so good. I can get so many attacks off with her before even swinging the Vanguard, and she is just so aggro, so powerful. I like this card a lot. I mean, the soul charging keeps. That's why I know reason I don't remember many draws, because it's soul charge. She does soul charge a lot, so I try to keep that little. And rounding out the grade 2s, we have 3 Lady Battle of the Black Dwarf. When she attacks at the end of the battle, counterblast 1, lock her, and give a unit +5. I love this card. My best combo is her and Sacrifice, because you have her boost set with Sacrifice. So you swing it for 16, then you counterblast 1, lock her, Sacrifice with counter charge, basically making her free, and then you can choose any unit and give it +8, which with Lady Fencer, if you just played her for this turn and she swings boosted by Dunamis, she is a 31k attacker, which is amazing because of Black Dwarf. Love Black Dwarf, but I know the new Mega Messiah is coming out in the Stargate, so I may take her out just because it'd be the same benefit. I don't want to run too many grade 2 stat counterblast, because if other unit I would take out would be Arrestor, but I really need Arrestor Messiah. So I think taking her out, running to 3, Mega Messiah at 3 is a good number, because Mega is going to be great for against control decks. Alright, and now moving up to the grade 3s. We have 4 Alter Ego Neo Messiah. I currently have the 2. I was going to get 2 more, but I wasn't sure on the race yet, because I didn't know what the new grade 3 for Stargate was. But now that I know, I'm going to finish out, get my last 2 SPs. But he is great. This is the key grade 3 Messiah Vanguard you want to sit on. This is the one you want to focus your deck around, because he is free and his draw power is amazing. So on Stride, you can choose a card from your hand and call it. You may. Then you can choose 1 card on other player's field and lock it. Doesn't counterblast. You don't have to. It sets you up, which is great. Which means if your opponent wants to play the no field card, great. With this, I can still lock one of my cards, get my combos off, and then for free, I don't have to lock one of my units. I can lock one of yours, and just say I'm going to lock that, and then I can have a full field to swing with. And he sets up so much. And then his GB2 skill is at the end of the turn, if a unit was unlocked due to an effect, you can Soul Blast 1, draw 2. This also counts for your opponent's field. So, saying if you didn't unlock your field, but you use saying like Destiny Guardian to unlock your opponent's cards, his effect will still change. Since when a card is unlocked due by an effect, so you can change this off for your opponent's effects as well. So fantastic card, fantastic. And then of course we have the 3 Alter Ego Messiah. We all know his skill. Counterblast 1, lock a unit, choose our opponent's units, lock it. He gets +5 to on a turn on Stride, and then GB2 for each card unlocked, Soul Blast 1 draw. You really don't want to use that skill anymore. Again, you'd rather be sitting on Neo. But you don't want, he's just wasting with Soul Blast, but his deck is now very Soul Blast or Soul concerned. You don't want to really ride him unless you are forced to, which is not super often for me. Like Mega Colony, I'm gonna have to, since they make me I can't lock by effects. But now and then this card will probably take. I'm gonna probably take this out and the grade 1 Dunamis to make my 8 grade 3s, and this would be the 2 ideal Messiahs. I think that's a good ratio. So be 2 ideals, 2 Alter Ego, and 2 Neo Alter Ego Messiah. I think that's the way you should run it. Because ideal, you don't want to run as a Vanguard, you rather him be a rear guard. And you guys will see it later on. If you guys haven't seen him yet, I won't spoil it. But when my deck profile comes out for that, you guys will see why. Now let's finish up the deck profile with the G-Zone. Starting off, G-Guards. We're going to run 2 Lady Healer. Lady Healer's skill is Soul Blast 1. If you have Vanguard or Messiah's card name, and your opponent and there's a lock card on the field, +5 for each. So +5 for Messiah Vanguard, +5 for a locked card, making this a 10k, 36,000 guard. Fantastic, just for a Soul Blast. Then we have 2 Destiny Dealer, Destiny Guardian. When he's G-Guarding, I'll lock 2 units, give it +10. really good now in new matchups. And then one Lady Carnina, as you saw before, her skill kind of +1, flip over a G guard, lock your units. For each of the units that you locked, lock your opponent's back row. So essentially, you only want to lock 3 of your units to lock your opponent's back row, which helps really good defense, especially if you have some Destiny sacrifice messiahs on the field. Lock 3 units, then chain your 1 or 2 sacrifices that you have left, giving your Vanguard +6, making him 17k base already. On top of this, makes really good guard. Then that way next turn you can go into either Harmonics automatically, or the best thing to do would be, since your opponent will be locked, go into a Transel's Messiah. Speaking of Transel's, I do run Transel's at 2. Transel's is amazing because if you have a Messiah Heart, kind of +1, flip a copy, lock all fighters' units, then unlock units not by his effect. That's why I mean he's good with Lady Carnina, because you lock your field up with her effect, straight into this, your opponent locks their entire field, you unlock your entire field since he didn't lock it. Then we have 2 Flagellant Messiah. Flagellant Messiah is really great in is a new build. I'm running him at 2. I was thinking at 3 because he's great first, second stride, or even the best thing to do is use him and then stride into Harmonics after him, just to get the more +5s off. So basically skills, kind of +1, and choose a card and flip it. You can choose any card. But sorry everyone. So basically what you want to do is you want to flip a copy of himself, because for each copy of him face up, you can unlock 2 units per each face up, and then I'll make a lock as many as possible. So basically, when you stride into him, hopefully, if you can get like 2 or 3 locks of your opponent, they're going to get Omega locked, and then you're going to unlock 2 units just for more attacks, which is really good. Again, it's really good to use him the turn before Harmonics, just to Omega lock your opponent's field, which gives you more targets to unlock, making your Harmonics that much more powerful. So that will make them more worthy of just either dropping hand or just not guarding the attack. And then we have 2 Basalt Messiah. That's what I call him. Basalt kind of works like a Transel's. Basically, kind of +1, flip a copy. For each card face up in your G zone, unlock that many. So basically, I either like using him first or second stride, because first stride you're going to lock 1, unlock 1, and you get a draw. As long as you unlock 1 unit, you draw, which is really nice. But using him second turn, you're basically going to get 3, because you're going to have saying if you went into Fudge at first, there'd be 2. You have your skill, you have 3, maybe even 4 if you G guarded. That means you can lock your field up, unlock your field, lock up to 3 or 4 of your opponent's units, and just makes them that much more powerful, makes it more of a control deck. I'm running him at 2 just because I was going to run 4, but now we know that Integral Messiah is coming out, and we don't know what Integral fully does. We just know that it looks like on first stride you can unlock just 3 units off the bat, so I'd rather see what that card does before I finish SPing out this deck. And speaking of... no! I dropped a card. Here we go. We are running 3. Oh, I'm so happy with this. Harmonics Neo Messiah. I've been waiting so long for Harmonics to come back. I've been keeping a promo. I love that promo so much from G-Set 1. I've held on to it all this time. And was G-Set 1? No, G-Set 1 or BTO 5 that shows a promo for. I forgot, but I've had her. And I also, she's actually in my work badge. But since that day, I was like, one day she'll come back as a powerful Link Joker unit. I was hoping she was going to be the Fires Collection one, the GB8, but she wasn't. But I'm so glad she was, because she came back as this beautiful creature, and this card is amazing. That's why I went and got 3 SGRs, because she is amazing. She does so much damage. I run her at 3 because I want my opponent to just die. I want to go into this at least third stride, because by then my opponent should be at 4 to 5 damage. They're already going to have a lot of like units. They're going to have their resources dwindle because of the lock and the multi-attack. So going into this, I normally never use her more than once because that's how powerful she is. Sometimes I went into her twice. I just got Risting out a third one. I think this is a good number to have because this is going to be your ideal ride after turn 3. You're going to want to go into this card as much as possible because she is amazing. Basically, when she swings, unlock all cards on the field. All cards, including your opponent's field. But that's fine because all your unlocked cards gets +5, and then she gets +5 for each card unlocked. That's why Flagellate Messiah is really good, because that's already 2 to 3 cards guaranteed. For if you use your heart skill and to unlock your opponent's field, that's already giving your Vanguard 15 to 20,000 extra power, including your field. Because her other skill is, if you unlocked 5 or more units, your opponent cannot guard with grade 1s or higher, which is amazing. So I like her because I normally hate glory skills, but she's not a glory skill because she doesn't gain a crit. She gains power, and she prevents the grade 1 or graders. But your opponent can still G-Guard, and it doesn't get in crit. So if you're swinging at 4 damage, you're not guaranteed game yet, but you're guaranteed a hit, which is all that matters because you want to just make your opponent, well, cry. I love going into this so much. When I go into this, my opponents already know that it's going to be game or they're going to be dropping hand because I normally don't go into this unless my opponent's at 4 or 5 damage only, because that's when you want to make sure your opponent dies. And then finishing off the G zone, I'm running just 2 Bearing Messiah again because Integral's coming out. I don't want to necessarily fill the G zone of unnecessary cards, and also this card is only in here as flip fodder for Harmonics, since Harmonics can flip anything. It doesn't need a copy self base up to use a skill. So I'm running. So one of these are good for flipping Harmonics, so I can get 2 Harmonics off. And if I go into a third Harmonics, I'll probably flip like a Transel or something. But that's literally, this card is only here just as flip fodder. Alright guys, but that is it for my updated Harmonics Neo, or not Harmonics Neo, but just Neo Josiah. Again, come February, this deck will be changing up for the new cards for like Ideal, Integral, and Mega that we know so far. So look forward to that, guys. Again, I just want to make this deck profile because I wasn't going to, but it's just seen so many bad deck profiles and bad deck fights of this card, and people just don't know how to fully use Messiah, and it's just so bad to watch these videos. So I thought I'd make this video out to show you guys how Messiahs should look, and I'm probably going to be recording some card fights soon with the card fight community, get the card fight ATX channel up and running again. So look forward to that, guys. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe if you want to see more videos. Like and post a comment on the videos. Also, follow me on Twitter. This is Jersey Joe, and signing out.